Hello, this is Liz with Crafty Devotion, and I have a mini wreath to share with you. I completed this mini wreath keeping in mind a design team call for Shabby is Chic Boutique. Shabby is Chic Boutique is a boutique that has laces and buttons and little embellishments. They have a variety of things, even fabrics. So I'd like you to, I will put the link to Shabby Chic Boutique at the bottom in the description box to their Facebook page because they only sell on Facebook. They had originally done this design team only for their bloggers, but decided to open it up for YouTubers also. This is what I designed, and I actually had ordered already one previous time from Shabby Chic Boutique, and the thing that I had ordered from them was this beautiful button here. Yes, it's a button. Might not look like a button, but this is how it looked originally. Can you see how beautiful that is? Well, right now I went over and glanced at her shop and I saw that she's out of stock, but I'm hoping she's going to get more of these because once I show you how beautiful they are, I really was, since I bought them, I purchased them, I'd been thinking, well, what could I use them in? And because of the size, they're actually pretty large button. Let's see. They're a little over 1 inch, so about 1/8 or something like that. So they're pretty large. They're not tiny, so they're larger than a quarter. But I really have found now 2 ways to use them. The first way was I used them as wheels in my Cinderella coach. You can probably, I'll put a link up for that one so you can see how cute they look. And then for this one, I'll put it side by side so you can see. It actually looks different because I actually made some changes to it because I wanted it to blend better with my project. I'm doing tutorials based really on how many comments I get. So any of my shares, if I get a lot of comments, then I might take the time to go ahead and do a tutorial for you. Because tutorials take a long time. They're not just, actually I think creating the tutorial and editing it and clearing it up for you actually takes more time than designing the project itself. So I have to be careful how I use my time because I don't mind the editing part. I'm lucky that I like doing both things, but I enjoy the creating a bit more. So I have to be very careful with my time. I ordered from Shabby Chic Boutique. I ordered because of these buttons, but then in addition, I like to see more than one thing that I might be interested in before I order from places. I don't like the shipping to be astronomical, so I like to group things together. So if I see you with something unique, then I may purchase from you because it's unique to me. But the button was the main one. I really loved them. And then the other thing was these. I've seen a lot of people crafting with them and I didn't have any. And these are like a little pearl, and these pearls have like maybe I would say like a fishing line running between them. But you know, the fishing line, you're thinking, huh? But when you use them, it's like they have a mind of their own and they just go ever which way that they want to go. They go wherever they want to go. And when they do that, it actually makes the project look so lovely. See, here's another piece. I just put a little bit here in the center. The other thing that I have that she carries in her store, I didn't purchase this from her. I had some from a local buyer, but it's this ribbon. This pearled ribbon. I actually did a tutorial with this pearled ribbon. She has some right now, but I'm sure she plans to carry more. If you're interested in it, I will also place a link to the tutorial on how to do what I'm doing here. This is actually that same here. See that? And I also, other thing is I used was some seam binding. I actually saw in her store that she had some seam binding. It's like the sheer like seam binding, and I actually just wrinkled it up a little bit because I wanted that look for this project. And here's one with a very light pastel pink and then like a creamy color here. I purchased that from her because I didn't have any. I'd seen people using that and this, and I didn't have any. So she does carry fabric. So this is a way that I use fabric that's different. That I love the tattered rag wreaths, and I make them in hearts, and I make them in, this one happens to be a mini one that I designed. Had it in my mind for quite a while, and I was thinking of doing a Christmas theme, and I think I still will do it, but when I was looking at all my fabrics, my heart went towards rosy pink fabric. I'll show you that here. This is the main fabric I used. It has like this rosy pink colors to it, along with some of this like an avocado green. And so this is the color of the main fabric. And then here, she also carries different laces. I did use one of her laces because I did purchase like this dangle lace, and I incorporated it in on my tassel. So you'll see little bits of dangle lace in here filling it out. But this is my own lace that I have, and it's a light pink. And this was actually the main part of my wreath project. I put some around the wreath also. And then I took some fabrics. This was a fabric that I tattered, and because I wanted the tattered look. And let's see. The other thing I did is that I like to use the little mini buttons at the bottom of my things. You can either make them go through the ribbon, or you can I just glued these down at the bottom with a good quality glue. What else? Oh yes, I did also use on my tassel, in addition to that, I used some ribbon. And this ribbon, I brought this color ribbon in because I wanted to bring in a little bit of the color from this part of the rose here. So I brought that in here, and it's just in the back. It's not a main part of this tassel, but you'll catch glimpses of the color of that ribbon. See the bottom of the wreath? You can actually see the fabrics. There are pieces of fabrics. If you want a tutorial on how to make this, please comment below. And let's see, so each one of the fabrics I use plus more. Like this is a piece of lace and a piece of the fabric both together. This is that ribbon I showed you, and this is another piece of fabric. It's a different fabric, but I thought the colors matched, so I used that. And here's a piece of a green fabric that I just made it to a little rolled rose, and this is a little bit of a vintage doily. I did use that in my design. It's here, and the tassel also, as well as, you can see it there. And it's just part of it. It's not the highlight, so I left it here. And then this is a piece of doily. Right here, this is the same seam binding that I got from Shabby Chic Boutique, and I turned it into a little mini rose. And this one I did not wrinkle up because it's easier to work with if it's not so wrinkled. And I love the look of that, don't you? I do. I love it. And then this is another piece of fabric that I used the same fabric here, and I made a rose with it. This here is actually made with a little bit of lace, a little lace, the same pink lace here. That's a rose I made with it. Then I know that Shabby Chic Boutique carries these cameo cabochons. So I saw some when I glanced at her page, and it looked like they were black. So that's up to you. I used a piece of lace as my hanger on this. There you go. So again, inspired by one item, a button, gave me this cute little wreath. Let me measure it before we are done here so that you can see what size it is, because it's about a little bigger than the size of my hand. See, I can almost cover it up. And it'll be so cute in any little corner of a room. And it is about 5.5 inches. Finished size about 5.5 inches. And I will tell you how I got that if I do a tutorial. I'll tell you a little bit more. From there to the end of the tassels, it's about, let me move that, about 12 inches. So altogether, it's about 12 inches long and 5.5 inches wide. I will place a link in the description box to Shabby Chic Boutique's design team call. This is Liz with Crafty Devotion. I will talk to you next time.